I actually know everybody up here except you, Brett. So
Uh,
it's nice to meet you. I'm Carrie. So I work with Fidelity National Title. So I'm a title and escrow person. And I'm going to give you a really brief synopsis of why I'm here talking about social media and marketing. So I got into the business 5 years ago. So fairly new as far as real estate goes, because I'm sure as you're talking with people, most people are 20 years, 25 years, 30, and sometimes at Champions, I think there's people who've been there for 40 or 50 years. So there's a lot of history usually. And when people stay in real estate and can get through a 2008, can get through a 2020, and they stay with it because it's an incredible way to earn a living and enjoy what you do. There's fewer people who make it, it's really hard your first couple of years. It's really hard. And so I use myself sort of as an example because title's the same way. A lot of people have been in the title and escrow industry for 20 plus years, and they are best friends with their title rep. I'll never forget my very first time of going into the Champions office. I met Brenda and another agent, Debbie, and they were reminiscing about how much stuff they used to get from their title rep, which was coach purses, and they would go on vacation with their title rep because we used to buy your business. So that got deemed illegal by the guy from the insurance commissioner. So I joined after that. So I come with pens and water bottles. far from a coach purse. So it made it a little bit harder to get business. I started in this industry. I tried kind of more traditional ways, and I realized very early on that very few agents were using social media to the full marketing potential that it had. It's free, it's easy, and I started teaching it. So that's how I built my business. One of my favorite stats, I'm not much of a bragger person, but in 2020, when the majority of title reps sort of kind of were thrown for a loop because they couldn't do traditional business, which was going into offices and meeting with agents, my business skyrocketed over 200% in 2020 because majority of my clients and people that I was dealing with were already knew me on social media. They were following my stories every single day. They knew what I was doing. They followed me along. So that's the creativity and that I can bring to agents and help them build their business. Janice and I sat down for a long time and I begrudgingly pulled her into the social media world. She was like, I'm not doing it. And I was like, I saw somebody change their Facebook page this week.
She did. Oh boy.
Yes, she did. So I acknowledge all of the things that social media is. It's divisive, it's crazy, it's conspiracy land. I know all of those things, but I also know the positive ways that you can build your business and get your name out there. So I put together a presentation. Eileen and I talked last week, and we kind of talked a little bit about some of the things that you guys had addressed in your last meeting about goals and building business. But we also kind of talked a lot about the atmosphere of the world right now. And it's hard in your business. Like you just said, you lost out on, you were on the bottom 9 of the offers after already asking offering $100,000 over. So I want to talk a little bit about some of that fatigue for you guys. Like, what can you do to kind of get past that? I'm going to touch on some different marketing ideas. And then really, since there's just a few of us here, I'll take questions at any time or show you how to do stuff. I don't have my phone hooked up to the computer, but Brett, you and I can schedule an appointment and I can show you all kinds of stuff. So we'll jump right into this. Finding new ways to stay in touch can be challenging right now during the C word. It's just hard, especially in this area. We're kind of touch and go with being open, not being open, mask, no mask. It's just kind of been a yo-yo. And majority, I think, of agents really get the bulk of their business from referrals. Well, traditional referrals happen during picnics, barbecues, cocktail parties, Christmas time. People are sitting around. Oh, you sold your house. Who'd you use? Oh, I used Brenda. Oh, I used Eileen. You know, like that's how kind of traditional referrals happened. And you got a phone call or you got an email. Well, with parties being locked down, with all this stuff, you know, fewer and fewer gatherings, it makes it harder for you guys to get your name out. So I want to kind of go over some different ideas that you can be doing to keep it yourself relevant. This I wanted to touch on about sort of this buyer and seller fatigue. People are tired of the world right now. And for buyers, they're being slammed down constantly. And so for you guys to constantly having to come up with the da-da-da-da, hey, it's going to be okay. No, I promise that this 12th showing is going to be your dream home. No, really, I promise. The 15th house we put our offer on, that's the one. I mean, that's a lot of energy. So, you know, I think the first thing to think about is you kind of acknowledge it, right? Kind of pretending that all of this fatigue and stress and all this isn't going on. Just acknowledge it. Let them know, especially if you're getting new buyers, this is a process. God willing, we get our first offer, but most likely it'll be our 20th. So you want to like acknowledge what they're getting into. Address it. Here's the ways as an agent I can help here. I know we may have to do 5, 6, 7 offers, but I work at a company where there's tremendous amount of history and agents with tons of experience. So I know that my mentors will help me write the best, strongest, foolproof offer out there. You're showing your ability to navigate this crazy time. So we're acknowledging it and we're going to address it and then redirect. If you're buyers who just got slammed in the face over 100 grand, maybe get a little gift certificate to Anthony's and let them go out to dinner. Go, you know what? Let's just take a minute. You guys go out to dinner. If there's some other little fun thing that you can do for your clients to just kind of take a breath. We'll get back.
About a 6-pack instead of a full Anthony's meal. I would just give him a 6-pack.
A bottle of wine.
That'd be cool.
A bottle of wine and cheese, and tell him to go to a car bar. You know, I mean, you don't have to do this the nicest of nice. Just redirect, just like you would with your kids, right? Like freaking out. Let's go over here and play with this. Like, let's just take our brains off of this consistent, like, and redirect. Let's come up with some other way to just relax, regroup, and then we'll jump back into it. Making connections. Okay, so this is where the creative, clever ideas are going to come into play. Postcards. Everyone's like, oh, why would I do another postcard, another mailing? The thing is, you guys are at the beginning of the year. You need to be hitting your clients right at least 12 times a year with your face, your image, something. So postcards are a great way to just stay in front of people. You can do them quarterly. You can go, okay, I'm going to send out a Valentine's Day. I'm going to send out an Easter. I'm going to send out something in the fall, it's October, Halloween, and then a Christmas something, or Happy New Year. Think of different times that you could be sending out postcards. The postcards most likely for you two are going to be the neighborhood you live in. You want the people who are closest to you to know what you're doing. They're the people who you're most likely either going to know, who's going to know somebody who knows you. So you want all those people to know, hey, I'm right here. You got questions about your house? I'm right here. So that's where you call your title rep and say, hey, here's my address. I need 50 names in my neighborhood, circle radius, owners, people who live in the house. I just need their names and addresses. I'm going to send them out a postcard. Pop buys. If you don't have a lot of, what's that?
Quick question.
Sure.
Is that the best way to do the farm? Or, I mean, because I've heard that suggestion the most is my neighborhood, but I live in a high dense apartment sort of neighborhood. And I'm not quite sure of how else to define my farm. If it's not.
Is it apartments or condos?
Where I am now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Uptown or Lower Queen Anne, so it's all apartments.
Oh, okay. I would get is it like if 50 name radius, like a radius around your address of owners.
No, I know, but okay. I just didn't know if there was another way to define it other than of where I live.
Well, let's think about it. I mean, for you, I already know you're a nanny. So maybe, I mean, do you know a lot of the people around the family that you take care of their children?
Not really, but I mean, yeah, I mean, there's other ways I can define it. I've just been having trouble doing that.
And really, we can sit down. I mean, there's marketing programs that you can drill down and go, okay, I live in Queen Anne, but let's go out a little bit further from that and let's find the highest turnover. What neighborhood has the highest turnover? There's programs that we could sit down and work in. Title Toolbox is one of them, and we can draw this map around it, and it says, oh, this has a 2.3% turnover rate in the last 3 years. Okay, we don't want that. This one over here has 7.8. Okay, let's market that. So you definitely don't have to do where you live. I use my neighborhood as an example all the time. This neighborhood was built in 2007, and in 2000, and there's only 36 houses in this neighborhood. And in 2017, I think we had 10 people sell.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, oh, note to self. Developments that are 10 years old have a high turnover rate. And it makes sense because this was, in 2007, it was for 500,000 to get in. So first time home buyers, lots of people were young couples, had babies, outgrew this, and were ready for their next thing. So it did make sense after 10 years that they were ready to go. So that's another area. You don't have to do your neighborhood. It's just usually when people are new agents, that tends to be where I push them, but we don't have to. There's all kinds of farms.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do that. We'll sit down and do that.
Yeah.
And I have a question.
Sure.
So I can reach out and a title person can help me with all the addresses around me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So title department. So we have data, anything that's recorded. So we can have names and addresses. And then I work with third-party companies to get emails and phone numbers. So names and addresses, and then like any recorded information on the house, we can get. You can pay, and lists are $2.10 for up to 5,000 names. So the lists are nothing. We used to be able to give them out for free, but we got in trouble. So lists are not difficult to get. And then I work with IVY data, and they give, so let's say you get some postcards sent out and you get a couple of returns on it, like, oh, this person called me. You'll have their information, but maybe out of those 50 that you got, you want to send some emails out. So then you'd go, hey, Carrie, can we get phone numbers and emails for these people right here? And we can, like IVY data gives you about 50 free a month.
So really, Brad, it's time well spent if you can get Carrie a 6-pack and have her sit down with you and lay that out, because it's cheap.
We'll get
And
super
then
drunk and we won't get anything
stay
done.
consistent with notifying those people. Well, no, I didn't mean you were. I meant the postcard part of it doesn't have to be expensive. And I also have recommendations about who can print those postcards. It's cheaper mailing.
Yep.
It's a really good tool. So I think it would start with, if Carrie will sit down and sit with you so you can define what that is, and that'll get you going. I would encourage you.
The other thing is pop buys, like these don't necessarily have to be past clients. And since both of you are fairly new, you might not have that many clients to do this by, but these might be potential clients. These might be people that you've added to your sphere, and you could just drop stuff off. Where Eileen and Brenda, this is more for your past clients, just popping by with something clever. And I've got some ideas coming up here. Posts, we'll talk about that. What can you be posting? Janice and I dove into that pretty deep when we talked about, when you haven't been real active on Facebook or Instagram and then you post, it's kind of like stirring up the river water. All of a sudden, you know, oh, Facebook's sending out the, Janice posted. Like, it's a big deal, and you'll get a lot of comments and you'll get a lot of likes and all this stuff. And then you ride that momentum out. So kind of thinking about, as you're doing your marketing plans and your mission statements, I always recommend that my clients get a blank calendar and we think about what can you post? People, how can you get around people right now? That's so important. People, they need to be cheered up. We are craving human interaction. We can't even smile at people at Costco. So you've got to kind of be creative and clever on what you can and can't do. It's pretty cold right now, but when we open back up, you know, have a small gathering at your house. Start doing this stuff so you can get back in front of people, because I think it's really, really important. Here's some different clever ideas for pop-bys or postcards. You know, it's Valentine's Day and you've got basically 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks right now, if you get this stuff ordered. And I know Eileen said she's got some stuff. I've got some good connections too for this stuff, but you know, be clever about it. When the conversation turns to buy homes, real estate, call me, right? It's cute, it's clever. Looking to fall in love with your new home, call me. I mean, this is easy stuff you can create on your own. You can create it in Canva. You can create it, have somebody else do it for you on Etsy. I mean, there's all kinds of fun. These are some ones that I found. I work with a company called CoreFact. It's a little bit more expensive. We've touched on it before, Janice. But it's got really good marketing, things like this. The roses are red, violets are blue. Looking for real estate help, and you're in this area where everyone loves dogs. So anything with a dog on it is probably going to be saved, or, oh, this is so cute. So be thinking about that.
For the new folks, I love that. Hello, I'm not just your neighbor, I'm a real estate broker.
Yep.
That's really a nice info.
You could put something like this with your picture on it. We could, you know, work through creating something like that on Canva, and you could just put that in the lobbies around you, if they'll let.
Yeah, I have to check.
You know, you don't have to mail that out. That could be something that you just left somewhere that would be helpful to people. Okay, so let's get into social media. That's really a great place to get started right now. I kind of know where everybody is. Brett, how are you with social media?
Yeah, I do it for my business, not too much personally.
Okay. Yeah, but do you use mostly Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram mostly.
Okay. So as we know, there are a lot of social media outlets right now. I would say Instagram and Facebook are probably the best to put your time and energy into as far as getting your name and information out there. I say choose your channel, which means basically whatever one you have that you're the most comfortable with and that you already have a good base of people, start there. You can always go, you know, move over to some of these other ones, but Facebook owns Instagram, so they'll do a lot of, you know, oh, you know this person, oh, you're friends with this person. So they'll kind of help you grow your base as far as people out there. But here's the stats. I mean, this is just good information to have. 94% of millennial homebuyers are taking their search online. You want to be online. You want to be found, right? If they Google you, they're going to find what? I work with another company called Google My Business. He's one of my favorite guys that I work with. And you'd be amazed at some of the top agents when you Google them, you know how Google fills the ad space next to it, right? A lot of these top agents, no picture of them. It's a picture of a parking lot. It's not even the company they work for anymore. So I'm just kind of sprinkling these seeds. I don't want you to get overwhelmed like, oh, I got to go to Facebook, I got to go to Instagram, and I have to Google my business. But when people Google you, because they will, what are they finding? 44% of agents said that they gained a new client in 2020 due to posting on social media. Hate to say it, folks, but this is where COVID has brought us, glued to our phones. We are here most of the day. So what are they finding? When they Google you and they get to your page, you probably find your business page, right? So Brett, we need to go, yep, I do signs, but I also do real estate. So, Janice has been quiet on the socials for a long time, and she had another business that was pretty lucrative online, but now we're doing this. So it's changing course. So you got to make sure that you're being, the content that you're putting out matches what you're doing right now. 35% of agents feel confident with their online marketing skills. It's kind of low. Marketing online is hard. And it sort of is one of those games where you go, okay, I think I'm going to do this. Okay, no, I'm not. Or I think I'm going to post. No, I'm not. And when you look at advertising on Instagram, advertising on Facebook, it's big money. You got to pay to play. So that's why I really recommend, and I hope Janice will agree with this, sitting down with me and letting me figure out where you are right now, where we can go with the next step before we're going. Because do you buy ads right now on Instagram, Brett, for your business?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I do.
Okay. And
it works out. I target it.
You target it. I mean, it's good, but it's expensive.
It's pretty, well, I target it so much that it's like $1 a day, and it gets me pretty good results.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, good. You get to teach next. Most of the agents that I know, I really recommend just building your personal page first. And then once you built that up, then you can look into marketing and targeting a certain audience. 79% of respondents noted that agents who use video on social media generate better impact with those who don't. Video is the hardest thing to do, but then once you do it, it becomes pretty easy. Most of us don't like the way we look or the way we sound or any of the things having to do with going like this. But the truth is, we love you. I love the way people look. I love, we miss faces and, whatever thing that we look at on ourselves that we think we don't like, or we go, ooh. A, there's a filter for it, so don't worry about it. And B, everyone that interacts with you on a daily basis loves you and adores you. And they want to see your face. And they actually have been listening to you for all the years you've been alive, and your voice has never annoyed them, not one single time. So you have to kind of get over that and realize how you have no idea the impact you can have when you're doing video.
Carrie, I saw a recent thing too about, I forget the percentage, but it's like 80% is more retained when it's on video than when it's read. There's some big, huge number in the gap of between
so
when you
sometimes with social media, we think, oh, just post. So we put out a shared post or we type a lot of stuff. The truth is the videos, that's really what people pay attention to. They want to see our mugs. They really do. And that information that you're sharing, you know, even if it's repetitive for you, even if you're like, duh, you need to get a lender to buy a house, maybe not everybody knows that. The stuff that you know and deal with on a daily basis, you just don't know what people don't know. And then especially right now, people need some joy up in their worlds. So if you can just share an encouraging word, if you can just go, hey, it's Motivational Monday, just want to tell you, you matter. You're amazing. Have a great day. You're probably going to make somebody's whole week with that simple little message. So anyway, I'm a huge proponent of video. Choose your channel. Like I said, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn obviously are all the big guts. Those are the big players right now. Facebook, honestly, I think is a really, really good place to drip on people. I believe in 80% personal, 20% business. So if you go to any of my pages, you will see 80% of my posts have to do with my personal life. And when I say my personal life, it's all what I want you to know. Everything that you find online is on purpose.
Yeah.
It's not fake. I didn't hire 2 children to play my children. They're real. But I share with you what I want you to know so that you want to work with me. Okay? People choose real estate agents. People choose the people that they want to do business with for 3 reasons. They know you, they like you, and they trust you. And when you go to my Facebook page, you're going to get to know me. Unless you have a heart of stone, I think you're going to like me. Oh, we lost Brett. I think he disconnected. Maybe look to see if he comes back on. And you're going to trust me because the content that I'm putting out there, it's not divisive. It's not political. It's not, I don't rant. I don't rave on there. I share the joys of my life. I sometimes share some frustrations, but I don't get out there and complain. It's just not what I want. I want you to come to my pages, Instagram or Facebook, and I want you to feel good. I want you to get an experience. What is it like working with her? God, she's kind of a dork. I think she might be kind of funny, and she's pretty clever and she's pretty creative. I want some of that. I want a piece of that. And when people go to your sites, you want them to find out exactly what it's like to work with you. You're professional, you're confident, you care, you're compassionate. All of those are things that you can put out on your Facebook page, put out on your Instagram page. And here's a good example. One of my favorite examples for real estate, an agent was out, took a selfie mowing the lawn. His clients were on vacation. He's like, the lawn's not going to mow itself. What did that, I mean, it was a simple post, but it says so much about who he was. It doesn't bother him to come out there and mow the lawn. It's not his job, right? It's not your job to mow the lawn, but you want to get that house sold. So you want to make sure that lawn's mowed. It wasn't bragging. It's just showing like, hey, day in the life, this is what it's like. That kind of information can be put out on Facebook pretty easily. Video and posts, you can put that information out there. Instagram tends to get to our aesthetic side. Instagram was built based on photographs and pretty people, and now it's more real life. TikTok came in 2020 and blew Facebook and Instagram out of the water. And so Mr. Mark Zuckerberg is not pleased with that. and he's doing everything in his power to make sure that Instagram is as cool as TikTok. It's different. It's still great and you can still get a ton of mileage on it, but TikTok definitely is a powerful force in the social media world. Now, a lot of times when people think of TikTok, they're like, not gonna dance, not gonna lip sync, certainly not gonna,
I'll do that.
Yes. Do a little dance. You don't have to do that stuff on TikTok. The amazing thing about TikTok is it's a great place to expand your network. Find people. I just met with an agent today and we talked a lot about the response and the interactions that you have on TikTok. They're going to be sort of widespread and global. You have a much better chance of connecting with your sphere locally on Instagram and Facebook. And that's why I say probably if you're just getting started, I would focus in those 2 areas and not so much on TikTok. LinkedIn is just a good place to make sure your stuff is updated. Most of us think of Instagram or LinkedIn, like, why would I go to LinkedIn? I'm not going looking for a job. But LinkedIn really is a pretty powerful tool. And I kind of make fun of LinkedIn all the time. I'm like, it's kind of the nerdy kid at school who's like, you guys, my parents are out of town. We can party at my house too. You guys, they want to do video. They want to do all the things that TikTok and Instagram and Facebook are doing. It's not really the platform that we do, but when platforms like Instagram and LinkedIn are dying to get into the TikTok game, it's really easy to get your videos out there to be seen. If you are doing something that not everybody else is doing, they'll push it out there. Your videos can get massive reach right now on Instagram and LinkedIn because not very many people are doing them, and they want people doing that.
So Carrie, I'm gonna say that I think what's really hard is it takes a huge commitment, because I think that you, one, have to set your schedule so you make sure you're offering something consistently, you're able to respond consistently. So when some of our brokers, and myself included, are talking about a commitment to a routine or a schedule, that's the first thing I think about social media. Is it absolutely has to play a role in a daily routine.
It
So
really
you
does.
wanna
And
speak
one
to
of
that?
I'm a fall victim to it every day. I go, I'm just gonna go on here and wish everybody happy birthday, and 4 hours later, I know how to make cakes and julienne carrots and dance like this. So, I get it. I completely understand that. The best way to do it, and what I teach in my classes, is you get up in the morning, you put your marketing hat on, and you go, I'm going to time block this for 30 minutes. And the first 5 minutes are going to be wishing people happy birthday and happy anniversary. The next 5 minutes, I'm going to friend people that I want to add into my sphere. The next 10 minutes is taking those people who are already in my sphere and I haven't seen their content for a little while. Oh, Carrie, you got married. Hey, congratulations on your marriage. So I call that the comment. It's not enough anymore to like something. You gotta comment, because the whole point is engagement. You are getting in front of your clients so that they reach out and come back to you. Then you want to schedule a little bit of time for what you're going to post. I really recommend getting a monthly calendar, blank calendar, and say, okay, Friday, I'm going to do a fun fact about real estate. Monday, I'm going to say a motivational video. I'm going to just get on there and take a swig of tequila and go, you know, whatever it takes, like just make that short little video. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to celebrate one of my clients. That's 3 posts in 4 weeks that you can do. It has to be time blocked. And when that alarm goes off after 30 minutes, you shut it down. You go and do whatever else is on your agenda that day. But that's the only way to stay on top of social media, is to time block it, because it is really, really, it's designed to keep you alive. It's designed to keep you there. So you're taking control of it by going, okay, I'm posting, I'm commenting, and I'm celebrating, and then I'm out of there.
So
Maximize your message. Yes, go ahead.
if I make one post and then there's 10 people that reply, do I comment to each person individually?
Yes,
Okay.
and I'm going to pop on, because I was noticing that you're commenting, but you're not replying to their message. I noticed that you were doing that. So she just brought up a really good point. When you're on Facebook and you post something and people comment, it's a really good way to keep your content alive, so you don't actually have to post that much. You can, so she just said, you know, she posted something, she had 10 new comments. So that first day, I would respond to 3 of those comments. The next day, I'd respond to the next 3. And the next day, I'd respond to the next 3. Because now, as you know, when you go onto Facebook, it's not chronological. It's what's happened since the last time. So your content is getting constantly promoted to the top of people's pages. I mean, I think of that as marketing hits, right? That's boom, that's boom, that's boom. Oh, that's right. Janice is a real estate agent. Oh, that's right. Brett's selling houses now. Love it, love it, love it. Like, that's a constant. So again, it's one of those mindsets where you go, okay, I want this content to live for longer than 1 hour on my Facebook page. So how do I do it? I spread out my responses to my comments.
Okay.
I touched on this earlier when you disappeared for a second, Brad. But there are three pillars of why people choose you, why people want to work with you is they know you, they like you, and they trust you. So maximize that message. Make sure that the information that you're posting on Instagram or Facebook or your stories or whatever is falling in line, you know, helping people get to know you. Well, I don't know what a sign maker does every day. Tell me a little bit about, I mean, like I said, I thought you had a fake background. That's, you know, like, look, no, this is a real truck. This is what I do. Like, we think that our lives are so like, oh, who would want to know about what I do? You know, like, but they're, I'll give you an example. I got a new juicer, like makes juice for Christmas. And I made a unboxing video. It's me opening the box, putting it together and making juice. It got 3,000 views and
Wow.
I got featured on the juice company's story. Like they put my story on their story. All I did was open a box of a juicer. Like it, you know what I mean? Like it isn't, I didn't go, hey, oh my gosh, but I got a puppy. Like I opened a juicer and I made carrot ginger juice.
Right.
It's documenting our lives that even though the things that we do are like, what, people are interested in it. We basically put our lives on hold for 2 years. Okay. Yeah. So people are curious, they're interested, want to know what's going on. So,
Brett, I'm going to need all kinds of signs. I need to know what you do. I'm going to need real estate signs.
There you go. I think you make them, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Take a picture. These are creative content. Here are some ideas on what you could post. Marketing updates. Almost, I'm not sure if Champions does a marketing updates, but I know some of the old, you know, companies like Coldwell Banker and Windermere will, and people put out these, here's our quarterly market update for Snohomish County. If you're not in real estate, you do not know what any of those words mean. Okay, the market, okay, houses are expensive. Instead, jump online, go, guess how much the most expensive house in Snohomish County is right now? Make it a contest, and whoever gets closest, you're taking them to coffee. I mean, that's a cool market update. Or go visit. Hey, I'm standing in front of, I think today I just went and visited the most expensive property listed in Mukilteo. You bet I made a video of that property, right? I mean, that's a cool market update. Listing tours, you know, if you're going around, show me your listing, show me what that cool house looks like. And yes, we love to, you know, share this and we got the cool drones, but just showing me like the view from the bathtub or something like that, not you naked, but pretending, you know, like, hey, this is it. Like, that's kind of fun. It's different. Share a story. Tell me what it was like, you know. Most people right now are having to put 6, 7, 8 offers in. Tell me that in a short story. You're not alone. People need to know they're not alone in this real estate journey. You two are brand new. Tell me something like, whoa, here's something I didn't expect to encounter in my first month of real estate. Tell us about it. I just saw a video today that was like, you're paying $1,800 for rent. That equals whatever, $30,000. You could have taken the $30,000 if you live with your parents and put that as a down payment on a $500,000 house. That's an easy boop, 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 boop video. Great information, shareable, short, quick. Staging advice, right? How many people would you, ladies who've been in the business, you know, you walk into a house, Martha thinks her house looks really good the way it is.
Oh my God.
There. And she doesn't want, what do you mean that this is outdated or what, you know, my 4 robot vacuums in the back aren't cute. Like, you know, show me the difference between this and that. Like, those are great pieces. 3 fun facts about you. Let me get to know you a little bit, right? I mean, those are always interesting things. Your favorite coffee shop, you're like, whew, who doesn't love to be spotlighted? highlight a client. You know, we love to do the just sold and the jumping in front of a sign, like all that kind of fun stuff. But tell us their journey, especially right now. I mean, we've talked about it a lot. I've taught at the Champions office, you know, my parents were in their house for over 40 years and they up and sold. And one of my favorite things, two favorite things about that story, of course, my dad had been approached by real estate agents for 100 years. He had 2 lots in Kirkland. So he had every door hanger, every magnet, every agent known to man coming and knocking on his door. And he comes home to my mom one day and was like, I met a good guy at the barber shop. We're selling the house. Wait, what? You met a good guy? I mean, you're always on, right? You could be that good guy at the sign shop, you know, at the park playing with the kids. Like you could, that's how real estate works, is a good guy. My other favorite story is that my parents had been in that house for 40 years and had, I think, 3 other houses before that. They had never bought a house together.
Oh,
Never. My dad always did it. My dad would go buy the house and then my mom would see it after my dad bought it. So they had never shopped for a house together. Well, that's, I mean, for all of us now, we're like, what? I can't imagine. But for some other people, that might be a really realistic thing that happens. And so hearing other people's stories and you go, oh, that's neat. That's, you know, like we want to share those stories because it motivates people. Well, if Bob and Sherry moved out of their house after 40 years, we can do it too. Let's do it. So sharing those stories and getting the word out. So these are just different things. We have a tendency to just grab memes or grab information, but you know, try to take it one step further, do something different, do something interesting.
So I'm going to comment on that because I'm thinking of a buyer. It's his first time as a buyer of a United States home. And I can see where that could be a really interesting video. I think Dan's story of how he has to look at homes, that could be a cool interview where you guys could be actually visiting about his process of looking at the homes and okay, we'll get another one. And here's the next one. He'll get the job done, but yeah, it's such a different time. And I can see they have to be more lighthearted because I feel like so much of what we do, we're serious about all that paperwork, but with the people, it has to be lighthearted, kind of fun.
I mean, people need fun. They need joy.
Yeah.
We talked about that a lot on the phone the other night. Like people are in some serious need of some joy. And your job, as you know, as real estate agents, as business owners, is to wear all kinds of hats. Like you're not just buying or selling a house. You are counseling people. You are assisting them in more ways than you're holding their hand through probably one of the biggest things besides getting married and having babies that they're going to go through. So, you know, the more that they can count on you to be the person who's going to fight for them and promote them and celebrate them and get them through this crazy time, the better. So, we have a couple minutes, but I wanted to go over some quick tools. I've got these, so I think, yeah, if you look, you can find me at these different things, but let me show you some of these. If you don't have, no, I'll just wing it. Okay. If you don't have Fidelity Agent One, this is a really good free app. This is especially for you guys, for Brett and Janice. I think Janice, you have this one.
yeah.
It's got buyer calculators. So you just have to put information in here. So a lot of times I promote this for newer agents because they're doing a lot of open houses. So if you're at an open house, you can, you know, talk to, maybe if a buyer comes in without representation, you can help them and piece this together, you know, say, oh, okay, the house is 500,000. You've only got 6% for a down payment. Your interest rate is this. what's this going to look like? And it'll put together this quick little catalog for them, or this little calculator for them. And then you can, usually you do it on your phone or an iPad, and you can text it over to them. So you can say, hey, here's this information. I just put this down. You know, your monthly payment would be about $2,800. You'd have to have $42,000 to go. Let's talk about, or let me text this to you or email it to you. So now you're sending them away with a piece of value, something that they can tangibly walk away with. And it's, when you see it, let's see, share, print, let me see what it looks like. I've not done it on the computer in a long time. Oh, perfect. Yeah. So it's all these different
Formats.
templates. Yeah, formats, sorry, templates. And it's all marketed to you, or it's all branded to you. So it would have your name, your information, and your picture on it. The free part is these buyer and seller calculators. This is the premium. So it's $12 a year for the app. So it's pretty cheap way to create content. But it has what I like. It has all these Instagram story templates that you can edit and put it on your Instagram. So like this, you know, swipeable information. You know, the carousel on Instagram is very popular. So this would keep people on your Instagram. So this can all be edited to whatever you want it to do. They also have it in Spanish. There's some really cool templates and things on here. I use this a lot, and I think it's for $12. I think it's like $9.99. I don't know, but there's all kinds of stuff. There's infographics, swipeable graphics, lenses, so you can take, you know, your selfies, say yes to the address, all those cute little things. And then they also have these videos and more information.
And that's just for Instagram?
Yeah, most of these, I think, well, you can save it to your phone, so you could put it, but the swipeable stuff you can't do on Facebook. So it would be just multiple pictures on Facebook is what it would come out to. So I don't really think it would be as beneficial as looking at it on Instagram.
Okay.
The other thing I was going to show is, oh, did I not pull it out here? Breakthrough Broker. So I don't know if you guys have played with Breakthrough Broker. It's one of my favorite tools for.
I love it.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's just a really easy to use. Not sure if it's got my information in here or not. Oh, yay. I think I have to just change my last name real quick. Shoot. Okay. It would take me a second to get in there, but Janice, I think I signed you up for a Breakthrough Broker account. You probably just haven't had a chance to look at it. And Brett, I can, if not, I'll do it tonight. But in here they do have a paid version, but I mean, Brenda, you do the free version, right? Yeah, there's everything your little heart could desire. You want to.
Yeah, I've been on there. I just don't know if I'm attached to you.
Oh yeah, remember we had it changed. We talked about that. Yep,
Okay.
we got it changed. But for you, Brett, there's flyers, there's brochures, there's postcards. I'm gonna see if it'll even just let me play in here without basically you just click on a postcard, find a design that you like. No, it's not gonna let me. It's really drag and drop. We can set up another time. I can sit down and talk to you about how easy it is to use it. But the thing is, you can do two things with this. You can create it, and then you can get it sent to you. So you own the PDF, so you can print it wherever you want, or you can you can get the farm list from me and then upload it and have Breakthrough Broker send it out for you. This one I thought was really cute. This is called Market Dwellings. They have really cute different door hangers, postcards. I liked their look. Anyway, they're marketdwellings.com. Etsy, good golly. I do a ton of stuff in Etsy. And really, I just start here and go real estate marketing and see what people are doing. I mean, you can bang your head against things all day long, but if you want, once you've come up with a look and a logo and that kind of stuff, there's people who will do all kinds of things for you for pretty inexpensive.
Fiverr does that too, don't they?
Yeah, that was the other one I was going to do. So Fiverr is, again, that's where I made my logo. So like this team Carrie, they put it out on all different kinds of things, but I mean, I think it cost me $50 and they created the whole logo for me. And last but not least, I use Canva. If you don't have a Canva account, I highly recommend it. Again, there's a paid version. It's about $129 for the year, or you can go with their free. I do all my classes in here. I'm doing my Valentine's Day here. You get postcards in the mail. I did my Christmas cards here. I do, yeah, Janice and I were playing, for her, like a simple little postcard. I think this took us about 5 seconds to create this. Yeah. I mean, it really is a super easy tool to use. And a lot of my social media stuff I create in here. So if you don't have a Canva account, I highly recommend that. So that brings us to 7 o'clock. I will unshare my screen. I appreciate getting the chance. If you're not following me on my Instagram is Carrie Lynn 2.0. My Facebook is just my name, Carrie Landis. And all my information is available for you anytime. And I just love helping new agents get started because I feel like I'm fairly new still too. And so I know how it feels to be sort of drinking from that fire hose and going, no, oh yeah, oh sure, yeah.
And Carrie, it really isn't just new agents. We can be at this for years.
Yeah.
And really need still because the market keeps changing. And it really is. When we started out 20 years ago, I remember it was less than a 40% market looking at internet. And of course, now it is over 90%. I would have said it's higher than the 95. Mm-hmm. But so Brett, I hope you can find time in your schedule to reach out with Carrie. I know I want to. And Furman, I know you're muted, but Furman is another broker who's been in the industry for a long time. But I think just having someone sit down with you and make some progress, it's huge. I'm going to take just a couple minutes more. I want you to see something because I really believe in marketing without too much effort. So you can get logos put on existing jacket, sweaters, scarves. I'm going to show you bags, like if you're going in and out of the stores or carrying your own paperwork. We already have the logo in with these folks. They'll do a logo for like $20. If it's an unusual fabric, it might be something different. But it's such a fast, easy way. And if you're wearing the logo, it's so easy for people to approach you. You've got a mask on, so it's not going to be your smile, but at least it's your logo that says, hey, yeah, I'm a broker. That really is an in. I've had numbers of times where I've been approached because they could see that the logo said real estate and people are curious about real estate. So I'm going to encourage you, if there's something you want to have imprinted with the logo, whether it's a neck scarf or a jacket or a bag, let me know and I'll see what we can do, but it'll be around $20, $25, something like that. So I'm hoping that you'll make a goal for yourself of taking up some time with Carrie and taking on some of those ideas she's offered us tonight. Carrie, it's awesome. There's so much there in such a short time. So that'll be our goal for the next couple of weeks and finishing up maybe on some of the goals that you have set in place for yourself. One of the things I want to talk about, particularly because we are dealing so much with the buyers, I originally was thinking we're going to start with sellers. Let's deal next. Our next meeting will be in February. I think it's February 8th, if I remember right, for our next Tuesday's meeting.
That sounds right.
Let's deal with buyers, because I think that that's our challenge now. Even if you have a one buyer, you're working so hard with that one buyer, both in time for showing and in time for writing these offers. And I want to make sure that we cover information about the offers so we can have more success. So I think that would be a really good goal if everyone agrees to that for our next February 8th meeting. Do you have any feedback? Are you good on that? Okay. Carrie, thank you again. I know I'm getting in touch.
My pleasure. It was really nice to meet you, Brett. Great to see you, Brenda, and everybody. It's like,
thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Well, honestly, you've been wonderful. And I have to tell you one more thing. Carrie lifts your spirits.
Oh.
So when you're really down, she's so good at that.
Yeah.
So thank you again, Carrie.
All
right. I'll do a summary statement, send that out. You'll have Carrie's contact information and look forward to that. Okay. Thank you again.
I did videotape this, so I recorded it, So we'll send that to you too, so that way you can re-listen, or if you want to look at one of her slides or something like that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.